The one daily boring habit that took my testosterone levels to well over 800 was not diet, it wasn't training, it wasn't any supplements. It was 20 minutes of morning light, not necessarily sunlight, that was done properly with the additional amplifiers that I'm going to get to in a few minutes. If that sounds too simple, good. Most men ignore this, and that's why they stay stuck at sub 500 testosterone. So here's what most guys don't understand. Morning light doesn't just wake you up. It sets your entire hormonal rhythm for the next 24 hours. And this stuff stacks day on day. If you get it wrong, testosterone never peaks, plus stress hormones tend to peak all at the wrong times as well, which is why you can't sleep properly. And then when the stress hormones are too high, this pushes the testosterone down even further. This is just crucial. It sets you up for the day every single time. So let me explain why this one boring habit is more important than virtually everything else for a huge percentage of people. Now here's a really important distinction. This is seriously crucial. Most men view testosterone as a resource problem. So more protein, more cholesterol, more vitamin D, more this, more that. In a lot of cases that is true and it is helpful, but it's not the only way to look at it. You also want to look at it as a timing problem, especially a hormonal timing problem, which is largely dictated by your circadian rhythm. You must be getting natural morning light into your eyes in the morning, and a lack of blue light, even bright overhead lighting is really, really bad in the evening. You need an absence of these things. If you get this wrong, it's just guaranteed your LH signaling is going to go down. Your cortisol is not only going to rise, but it's going to rise at the worst times. The higher your cortisol is, the lower your testosterone is going to be. Even things like blood sugar regulation is going to get worse. And there's a whole host of other issues. Maybe prolactin is going to climb more easily, especially if you do a lot of training, your sleep isn't that great. And then on top of that, you've got worsened sleep, which makes everything harder. If you're waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, there is no way you're going to hit 800 plus testosterone. It's not going to happen. I promise you. I've analyzed over 1,000 blood panels at this point, and I've worked with hundreds of guys, hundreds of clients. The guys who wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, that needs to be fixed. You've got no chance until that gets fixed. And once you do fix it, now you can hit 800 plus, maybe 1,000 plus, but this is a huge bottleneck, and it's the circadian rhythm that's the true underlying issue. So here is the actual habit explained. Every single morning, for ideally 20 minutes, you get outside relatively close to sunrise. It doesn't have to be straight after, of course. But every single morning, you get that light, it hits your retina, and then it starts the hormonal clock. And the countdown timers on all these relevant hormones, including cortisol, melatonin, all the other usual stuff. This is the habit. Cloudy weather is fine. The winter is fine. But sunglasses obviously ruin it. Windows ruin it. Scrolling on your phone ruins it. So make sure you get outside for 20 minutes without those 3 things potentially blocking the light from getting into your actual eyes, which is where the magic happens. So this boring daily habit, it suppresses melatonin, but it will then have it higher later on in the evening. It anchors your cortisol to the morning, and then it comes down more sharply in the evening. And all of this sets you up for more and more testosterone. And also, please look at this as a daily habit. Consistency is more important than intensity. Doing this 1 day a week when it's sunny isn't going to do and for an hour, let's say, isn't going to do as much for you as doing it every single day, 15, 20 minutes, every single morning, whether it's cloudy or sunny. So yes, remember that testosterone is produced at night, the vast majority of it, but in order for this to happen, you need to be asleep. And in order for all of this to happen, you need the right signals to be sent in the morning. It starts with the morning. So for me personally, when I finally got over 800 plus testosterone from doing this every day, my energy became more stabilized. My focus was more consistent, especially in the afternoons. Morning wood came back online every single morning instead of it being a hit or miss thing. Again, consistency is the big one here. Even things like recovery from the gym, recovery from training. Obviously you need to train first, but this circadian rhythm boring hack is going to make you sleep better, which is probably the most anabolic side of the recovery side of the equation. I guarantee you're going to gain more muscle from doing this, assuming your training's good, because you're going to sleep better. Now, let's talk about the amplifiers that I was kind of hinting at the start of the video. The biggest amplifier is consistency with your wake up time and your bedtime. I know this sounds really, really boring and bland, and it's not as cool as Tomcat Ali, but it's way more effective. I tell you after years of analyzing amazing blood panels. Most guys mess up. Even if they do get some morning light, their bedtimes, they'll be scrolling in the evening on doom scrolling, or on the weekends they'll be waking up at different times, or sometimes they'll go to bed at 9 p.m, sometimes it's like 11:30. You need consistency. Hormones, especially male hormones, don't seem to work very well under these conditions. You're far better off being consistent, and they say consistency is the hallmark of masculinity. It's true, and not from like a motivational mumbo jumbo standpoint, like on a deep physiological level from the inside out. It's true. Consistency is just the absolute requirement. If you want higher testosterone levels, you want your cortisol timing to be consistent every day. You want your melatonin timing to be consistent every day. So here's the 4-step protocol to implement to actually do this. You know, instead of worrying about Tonkat Ali and just stuff that really isn't going to move the needle for you in terms of real movements towards 800 plus testosterone. First thing is to pick a fixed wake up time, and this stays 7 days a week, including on the weekends. Second thing is you want to get outside within 60 minutes of that, assuming the sun is up. Then within that time frame, make sure you get about 20 minutes of natural light. And I say light, not sunlight. It doesn't have to be sunny. It's cloudy is fine. Winter weather, cold weather is fine. As long as there's natural light getting into the retina, that's the whole point. And then step four is to make the bedtimes consistent as well, and do this for 30 days. After 30 days, your circadian rhythm is going to be on point, and your cortisol timing and your testosterone timing is going to be a million miles better, and your sleep is going to be off the charts in comparison to what it was. Total sleep, REM sleep, testosterone production, morning wood, recovery from workouts, and then consistent energy levels and focus tends to get better. It's one of those fundamental boring habits, but it works, guys. Now, in this video, I've not really spoken about lifting weights and bodybuilding and that kind of thing, but I have hinted that this habit is going to improve your physique because you will recover from training a lot better, especially not only on one night, but over the weeks and the months. Your recovery is going to be on another level. And if you want to build like a really good physique, it's partly training, it's partly recovery. You need both. Now, if you want to learn more about the training side of things, check out this video. I talk a lot more about the one exercise that will make a huge difference to your physique, but also your testosterone levels, which is what this whole channel is all about. I think you'll find that video very useful.